So just a couple of little things before we start. One thing I didn't get a chance to mention is that the tingling that we spoke of, right? We talked about a lot of energy, tingling, life force. That when you really let yourself open deeply, you will feel tremendous amount of that tingling in your hands, maybe in the feet. And some of you felt it already, however, you'll feel 10 times as much. And the reason why it happens in the hands so much is because when your body opens, your energy channels, your meridians open and get filled with chi, with life force energy. One of the biggest meridians in your whole body is heart meridian. And it goes through your arms, through the chest, and out of your hands. That's one reason so many healers use hands for healing, right? That's the portal for the energy to flow through. So here, as you start opening to a lot of life force and consciousness and a lot of sensations, you might feel crazy amounts in your hands. And I just want to give you a heads up because sometimes it feels very unfamiliar and might feel a little scary because it's different. So that's why I'm letting you know now that if it happens to you, that's great. It means you're on the right track, you're doing really well, and you can celebrate the fact that you're filled with so much aliveness. So one more thing is that when I walk around the room, I sometimes speak out loud to make sure that all of you hear me. But if you don't hear me, that's fine. It means it wasn't that important for you. If I really want you to hear me, I'll walk all over towards you. I'll walk over to you and I'll make sure you hear me. So you can relax around that. Let whatever I say land in whatever way it lands. And the last little note is that the power of a group is that we have an opportunity to trigger each other in a good way and sometimes in an uncomfortable way. Like somebody's breath might really inspire you and you'll realize how motivated you actually are to go into deep breath yourself. And that's very helpful. And sometimes somebody's sound or movement or something triggers you, like brings up a memory or an old anxiety. And just know that this whole environment is for you to discover what's already inside of you. So it's not about anyone else. It's just about self-discovery, noticing the places in you that haven't received your loving attention yet. And in that loving attention, unwinding happens. Because these places that feel anxious or scared or confused or in pain, they are there just because they are waiting for your loving attention, for your kindness, for your honoring. They're making a lot of noise to get your attention. So that's what we're going to be doing here. We're going to be breathing and then bringing our appreciation, our kindness to everything that arises inside of us. So with that, let's not close the circle. Just hold hands, but not the circle. Good. So we begin with the prayer. Infinite light, infinite consciousness, our own higher self, our spirit guides, ascended masters, our own innermost light, please come lead us, guide us, direct us, and protect us. Please open us, expand us, bless and empower us, totally and completely, now and forever. Please, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And Mother Earth, thank you. Thank you for your continuous support, for your constant nourishment. Thank you for your gravity, for it's your gravity that helps our bodies to soften and relax in this moment. Thank you. And thank you to each other for being in this space together, all of us. Because as one person opens, lets go, relaxes a little more, it affects everyone else. Everyone else gets supported in their relaxation, in their opening. So we are here together as gifts to each other. And lastly, I really give thanks and deeply honor your willingness to be here, your courage to come and do this depth of work. Thank you for following your inner guidance, your commitment to rising to the next level of possibility in your life. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. Yeah. And you can feel your body's already starting to soften and drop towards the floor more fully, melting into the ground. And me and my assistants here, we will be walking around to gently touch you, to support you, to help your body feel safe, help your body soften even more. And I just want to say that these women here with me are so trustworthy. They have gone through these experiences many times. They have had profound heart openings. They have had tears. They have had bliss. They know what you're going through. They know exactly how to support you. You can trust them fully. Beautiful. And with that, we're going to first begin with connecting with the body. Just feel your breath in the belly. You can take a couple of breaths, noticing the belly expanding in all directions. And we are going to bring the attention away from the mind, down into the body. Because the mind won't have the answers we want here. There's something deeper that will want to awaken inside the body. So we bring our focus into our feet, into our toes. And really tap into this unconditional allowing where you feel your feet, noticing the difference between the left foot and the right foot, and not needing to change anything about what you're feeling. Just noticing in an unconditionally kind way. Trusting that the body knows exactly what it's doing. You're simply witnessing it and appreciating it. And then attention slowly comes into the ankles and calves. Noticing the difference between the left calf and the right one. Same with the knees. You might notice difference between the knees. Maybe one knee feels a little heavier or a little more spacious. And cultivating this noticing, that's unconditional noticing. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to fix anything. Just trusting your body to feel what it's feeling now. Welcoming every little sensation exactly the way it is in this moment. Unwinding the habit of self-judgment. Bringing your own appreciation to every little feeling that you're noticing. And noticing the pelvis. There's a whole world inside the pelvis. So many nooks and crannies to notice. So many different flavors and textures. So can you say yes to all of them in this moment? What if nothing needs to change right now? What if this moment is perfect and all these sensations are perfect inside of you? And then attention comes to the spine, embracing every vertebrae, allowing every vertebrae to receive your acknowledgement. Noticing how the spine is connected to the ground, as supported by the ground. And maybe some vertebrae, some muscles around the vertebrae are letting go into the ground more fully than others. You might notice how some places are more heavy. Nice. And just feeling that heaviness, appreciating that. The places where the body feels safe to let go into the ground, to be supported by the earth, to be supported by the space around you. And then attention slowly comes to the shoulders. And noticing which shoulder is leaning into the ground more fully, which one is more heavy, more pressed into the floor. Simply noticing. How often in our lives do we get this kind of unconditional attention when we are noticed, when we are acknowledged? And we often long for it. And we often search for it outside of ourselves. And here's an opportunity to give it to yourself. Simply noticing the little feelings in the shoulders, in the arms. And simply acknowledging it, honoring it, letting it be there fully. Noticing your hands, how they're resting on the floor. Maybe one hand is pressing into the floor more fully. And that's perfect, letting the hands be different. The body knows what it's doing here. It's safe to trust it. Yeah, and the neck is supported by the gravity. The head is just resting on the pillow. It's nothing to do, nowhere to go, nothing to figure out. Just receiving what the body is already doing, acknowledging the sensations that already are flowing. Nice. And then bring your attention to one place in the body that feels most spacious right now, most soft, most relaxed, most at ease. And then you can start bringing a longer inhale right into that space, breathing with it. The inhale becomes longer, deeper, more generous. And really encouraging the breath to discover how deep can it be. It's our old habits, our old tendencies that keep our breath shallow, usually. The old fears, old anxieties, they make the breath shallow. Or it might be belief that I am not supposed to be big and powerful, so you keep yourself small by making the breath small. So here, by making the breath deep and full, you're starting to create a new possibility inside of you. And it just takes some encouragement. It might take 5 to 10 minutes, and once the body gets your permission to breathe deeply, it will take over at one point. But right now, just consciously choose this deep, powerful breath again and again and again. Everything else will happen on its own. It's safe to trust it. There's so much light around you here. It knows exactly how to hold you, how to protect you, how to take care of you. So simply breathing and everything else will happen totally on its own. You can trust it. It's safe to trust it.
I am the light I see in others.
Nice, that's the breath.
I am the sun so high above.
Nice.
I am the sky rich with color.
And with every exhale, you can notice how another little muscle somewhere in the body softens.
I am the roots
Now
of
it's
the
towards the
earth.
floor. Yeah, just like that. Nice, that's the breath, exactly. And again, that's it. And again, perfect. And just staying with it. Beautiful. That's it, perfect. Nice. I really love how effortless your exhale is. That's beautiful. You're truly letting it happen on its own. That's wonderful. Nice. And just staying with that. Next inhale coming in. Nice. And again. And again. And again. Beautiful. Yeah. And just stay with this breath. Feelings come and go. Sensations will come and go. And this breath is like a constant. It stays here throughout it all. It's like a ground underneath your feet, always here, always supporting you, always nourishing you, always feeding you. Beautiful. That's it. You got it. So just stay with it. There will be a moment when you'll notice how the breath will want to become a little faster. There will be desire for the rhythm to become faster. And then you can follow that. You can trust the breath. That's it. And you can even explore now what it's like to let the breath become a tiny bit faster. Nice, just like that. Exactly, that's it. Really nice. That's now that's creating activation. Yes, right there. It's safe to trust your breath. Let the rhythm of the music help you find the rhythm of the breath that's constant, that's powerful, that feeds you. It's time to break through those limiting beliefs, limiting patterns that keep you small, that keep you living shallow. There's so much more possible here, so much more available. And this is the brilliant opportunity to get outside the comfort zone. See what else is possible when you get outside the familiar, usual way of being. So the breath is deeper, breath is a little faster than your normal breath. Let it take you into the new realm of possibilities. Let it take you outside of what's familiar, what's usual. Let it wake you up to a whole brand new way of being, a whole brand new way of breathing, a whole brand new way of feeling fully and courageously. Let the breath help you feel the places that you haven't allowed yourself to feel and receive for a while. All of these places are so welcome here.
I breathe out, I take in, I give out, I let down, I let go, I release, and I know.
Yes, every part of you is so welcome here. Every little sensation is so welcome here.
I can feel, I believe, I am here, I am home, I know. Nice, I love your breath. I love how you're truly letting the exhale happen on its own. That shows your depth of trust in yourself, trust in the greater intelligence. That there's not much need to control things, that you're really willing to just open and receive. It's beautiful. No need to try, no need to watch what's nice. That's exactly it. You got it. Nice. I love how your belly is expanding with your inhale. That's it. That's it. Everything else will happen totally on its own. So all these places that have been contracting and not breathing fully because they have been scared, not feeling fully safe, now we're allowing them to breathe too, letting them receive this pure breath of life entering you through every long inhale. That's it. Beautiful. Yeah, the inhale again fills up the whole abdomen. That's it. You might feel the inhale even in the pelvis. Goes really down towards the feet. Yes. That's it. Nice. Yeah. Yes. And really feeling how the belly expands. There's a little stretch as the inhale comes in. Exactly. Perfect. Feeding your body with this pure oxygen, pure life force. So good for you. You can stay. Nice.
It's safe to trust the power of your breath. Let it take you. Follow it. See what's possible when you fully trust it. Trust it like never before. Breath gives you life. Breath is your connection to spirit. Breath is your connection to pure consciousness. How fully can you receive it? How fully can you breathe it? Nice. Beautiful. Perfect. Oh, I love how you're truly letting go of the exhale, how it's happening on its own. It shows the depth of your trust, the depth of your surrender. So beautiful. That's it. That's the breath right there. Nice. That's it. Nice. And again. Beautiful. And just staying with this breath, being fully committed to it. Just like you're committed to your intention, your prayer for being here. Letting the breath deliver this answer to your prayer to every cell of your body. Yes. Perfect. And from here, breath can become even a little bit faster. So that inhale begins as soon as exhale is done. Nice. This kind of faster rhythm of the breath helps us get outside the comfort zone more fully, so the old patterns, old tendencies can be overcome. So you're entering a whole new realm of what's possible for you. How does your soul want to move through you? How does your spirit want to move through your life? And for that, we gotta enter this new possibility that's unfamiliar, unusual, different. Saying yes to the unknown. With every breath, saying yes. And letting the breath become tiny bit faster, getting outside the comfort zone a little more, expanding into the realm of new possibilities.
You can tell me your story, I can tell you mine. I've got a good one, it'll make you cry. Out of past heartache, tears that have flown. That's a distraction, if it's truth you wanna know. There's a letting go, there's a letting go, there's a letting go of everything you hold on to. There's a letting go, there's a letting go. As the silence grows deeper and the heart overflows. The silence grows deeper and the heart overflows. There are such deep emotions that flood my mind. They carry me with them like an
That's a lot of sensation, right? A lot of feeling.
such refuge in the eye of a storm.
That's what you came here to heal and do. That's the opportunity here. So safe to welcome all these emotions. They're so powerful. To let go. It's hard to let go, yes, because there's a pattern in the body to hold on. Would you like me to guide your body to let go, so you can learn a new way to actually let go, to not hold on? See, the holding on happens, but you're not breathing. Like right now, you're not breathing, so you cannot let go when the breath is not flowing. Let's teach your body a new way to let go. It's easier also when you lay down because you can relax better. Nice. So you're learning a whole new way here. It's a brand new skill that you're developing. What it's actually like to let go. So the first thing is breath. The breath needs to move in order for the energy to move in the body. And when the energy moves in the body, then the emotions can move and let go. It's okay to breathe through the mouth, might be easier since nose is not very available right now. Nice, just like that. Perfect, just like that. That's exactly, you got it. And your belly is moving, perfect. So right here, the breath will do the letting go for you. And with the exhale, you can notice how exhale softens another little muscle right underneath my hands in your middle back. With each exhale, the back melts more fully into the floor. Yeah, just like that. And now there is the ego that likes to control things. It's like, no, I have to know what's happening. I have to understand. That's what has been in the way in your life.
takes courage to trust. What you're trusting is your own self, your own body, your own spirit, this pure intelligence that's right here, wanting to flow through you. There is a letting go, a letting go. There is a letting go, a letting go. There is a letting go, a letting go. Beautiful, just like that. And all these sensations are so welcome here. All these feelings arising, they're so welcome here. These are the feelings that have been longing for your loving attention for a long time. And here's an opportunity for you to be gentle and compassionate towards them, to let them be welcomed, to let them be acknowledged. Nice breath, just like that. If I had a chance to live life over, I would go more. Your vulnerability is so beautiful. That's for sure. And I wouldn't put up such a fight to have my way on. Yeah, perfect. Or overlay the world with my agenda. I would open each day like a present. Yeah, just like a receiving of this amazing healing energy that wants to come, tender, caress you from inside. Came my way. Every texture, joy or pain. Yeah. Your tears are so welcoming. And right here, let's see if we can feel this and breathe at the same time. Yeah, breath can move while this emotion is moving at the very same time. Welcoming this precious emotion with your breath. Yes. Yes. That's it. Breathing with the feeling. Beautiful, so beautiful. That's it. I miss the sacred kiss. I turn my mouth away. You're so safe here. So much light around you. I will not take a single breath for granted. And I would spend much more time on my knees. The opportunity here is to surrender. And when you do, the bliss and grace that you get to experience is exquisite. But the habit, of course, is to control. And that's the dance, that's what we are learning here, how to actually surrender to this incredible light that wants to come and flow through. Allowing all the new sensations that come along with this pure intelligence. And I know love is worth the fact that you can create even more pressure, fire even stronger. You can create even stronger pressure. I really love how you're resting in yourself. That's beautiful.
So even though my heart would break, what a deep, exquisite ache, I would always be a fool. Oh,
Beautiful. Oh, wow. And from here, the breath can breathe you in any way it wants to. Let your spirit breathe you. Let the universe breathe you in any way it wants to. It knows exactly how to take care of you. It's safe to trust it completely.
you can relax now. Come on and open your eyes. Breathe deeply now. I'm with you. Oh, my sweet, sweet child. Who do you think you are? You are a child of God that will never change. You had a dream. You misunderstood. You thought we were happy, but now you realize I said you can relax now. Come on and open your eyes. You are the love of my life. You are my one creation. You are eternity, and that will never change. Channel towards the end, the more into stillness, the more energy is just stable, stillness touch. Just to support them in their stillness that they are inside. Okay, but of course following intuition, stillness touch. That's what I mean. You are the love of my life. You are eternity that will never change.
Giving thanks for all this incredible aliveness moving through us right now. Places in the body that have opened and surrendered so deeply to this pure grace that's here, gifting itself to you. And just noticing, where in the body do you feel most nourished in this moment or most nurtured? And letting yourself enjoy it fully. This gift is here for you. Just resting into whatever feels good in this moment. Receiving, what is this that wants to be received by you right now? Knowing that you deserve this nourishment, you deserve this support, this kindness that's here cradling you in this moment. It's here for you. You don't have to do anything, you don't have to understand anything. Just resting into wherever the body is most relaxed right now. Beautiful. Noticing how the breath is still flowing naturally. All this grace flowing through the natural inhale and exhale. Breath delivering this light into every cell of the body. Just giving thanks, bowing to this gift that's awakening within, this brand new aliveness, this pure nourishment, this support that's cradling us here right now. So much gratitude. So much gratitude for our body for opening in this new way to receive kindness, to receive love, to remember who you really are. So take as much time as you like to enjoy this space, to rest in it. Take as much time as you like to rest in the sacred space of your being. And at one point, when you do feel ready, we can start slowly coming towards the end of the session. Yet there's really no end. This unwinding, unraveling, unfolding will continue. So even when you turn to your side, there might be still like a whole new wave of feeling or realization that will come along. So keep listening and receiving this pure grace that wants to keep flowing inside of you. Then at your own timing, when you're ready, you can very gently move your fingers and toes. And you'll know when it feels good to you to turn to your side. So follow that inner impulse, that inner guidance. And knowing that often when people turn to their side, that's where the deepest insights happen, or the deepest tenderness, even bliss comes. So see how fully can you let yourself keep receiving.
So beautiful. So just taking a couple of long inhales here. Inhale, expanding the belly. Yeah, right here where you feel my hand taking one deep inhale. Yeah, so all that you're enjoying now, breathing it into your body, into your physical reality, so you can experience it through yourself. Let's take 3 deep breaths in a row here. Feel my hand lifting with the inhale. That's it. 1. One more time. Exactly. And the third time, the deepest inhale yet. Feeling my hand lifting. Nice. This time, let's take 2 breaths where we let go the exhale, just snapping it loose, letting it pop out all at once. Exactly. And one more time. That's And then gently at your timing, moving your fingers and toes and turning to your side. How are you feeling?
Good.
Please sit with you here for a
Thanks for all your help.
minute.
You were very good. Very supportive. Appreciate it.
Well, let's keep receiving what feels good. It's like a new habit. We're cultivating a new habit, how to receive what actually feels good right now. There's nothing to do. Just receiving support, receiving this kindness that's here for you. And as you learn to do it now, you can do it in your life. You'll be able to receive love and kindness in new opportunities, nourishing opportunities. So just noticing where the body feels most relaxed right now, most enjoyable. Seeing how fully can you let yourself enjoy it. Yeah. Even as I put your hand down, here's something else, and the body responds to it. Something opens and softens. And enjoying that softening, receiving. It's like teaching ourselves a new skill, what it's like to receive. Yeah, just like that. Beautiful. And still, even as I leave, still receiving continues.
So take as much time as you like to lay on your side, enjoy what feels good.
Let's take a deep breath right here. And turning to your side, love.
And at one point when you feel ready, very slowly and gently bringing yourself to sitting position. Keep your eyes closed while you're sitting up there. There's still so much moving through, so much is happening. How fully can you let yourself receive it, to bow to it, to say thank you to it?
Taking another breath. Breath is still flowing, still receiving through the power of your inhale. When you're ready to please turn to your side and then come to sitting position.
Learning to embody this incredible power, this incredible grace. So it can learn to stay with us also when we move our bodies, when we sit up, when we walk, when we stand. So it can live through us fully.
With my family, heaven is in my heart. I sing of the love I am. No, we're never apart. One heart, one life we live. One heart, one life we live.
So at your own timing, we're gonna take 5-minute break. So feel free to stay right where you are. Or at one point when you feel ready, you can reach towards your water bottle and drink a lot of water. Or journal, whatever feels good right now. You know what's best for you. In this place, your inner guidance is so clear and bright. Let it guide you, let it move you. And in 5 minutes, we're going to come back into the circle to share. And we are still all deep in the process. So be tender with yourself, be gentle. New feelings might come, insights, new realizations as you're coming back to the circle. So there's still a lot happening. We are simply going to connect with each other from this sacred space inside of us.
Love is pouring into you. I'm glad that you let it, that you're letting it pour so fully. It's an amazing place to be. You're so welcome. I don't want to bring too many logistics. It's okay. But I think we might need to go like 10 minutes over and then we have 20 minutes to pack up. It's fine. It's cool.
And definitely drink a lot of water when you get a chance. Oh, sorry.
You know how to navigate high tones? Could you ever go put it in a song, Waves, the Magnificent Ocean Waves by the 10? Make it put it on repeat. This volume is great.
Yeah, and then we're going to come to a circle where we can all see each other, hear each other. Make yourself comfortable. No, we're just taking a break and getting together, people going to the bathroom, and in a couple of minutes we'll share. We'll sit together and realize what actually just happened.
I'll help you. It seems like a lot of work. It was right next to the song that was already playing.
I'm gonna just
looking for leaves.
Oh, that's right. Welcome back.
Oh my God. I don't think I've ever used the word trippy.
So, if you didn't hear me say that yet, please drink a lot of water. It's also a very detoxifying experience for your physical body, which is a good thing. But just drink a lot of water to help it move and to allow the energies to keep flowing easily. And then can we have more of a circle so we can all be like in a smooth, continuous flow together? Somebody's still in the bathroom. That's why the door is open.
No, close.
So I thank you for your tremendous courage to do this depth of work in your own self, to open this deeply, to feel this fully, and to be this vulnerable, to be this receptive, to let life come and nourish you in a whole new way. Yeah, it's like a new skill, a new habit we need to develop to remember what it's like to actually receive the kindness and fullness and bliss of life. When we fully surrender to it, it can be really blissful. So there are many insights that arise from this place when you're so deeply connected to yourself. And usually when we share, we'll recognize how everyone's session was very unique and very different. And every session is different. Next time you come back, it will be a very different experience with a completely different insight, with a whole different kind of deeper opening. And you received today exactly what you needed to receive today. Either it was gentle or it was life-changingly powerful. This was the most important thing for you to receive and experience today. So just to honor that. And these sharing circles are so precious to me, and so much wisdom comes through. And as we share, we can hear each other, the new realizations that arise in each one of us. They're so profound. We get to learn from each other. And today, we actually don't have that much time to do it. So this afternoon, we actually don't have. And that's the thing with 3-hour workshops. It's not a weekend experience. We cannot really go that deep and that juicy. So we're gonna just have a short version of the circle. And what I would like to offer, which is really rare, I usually don't offer, is for you to touch base with me tomorrow. Not tomorrow, I'm giving another workshop, but like Monday, I'm available. Because the integration is important, the sharing is actually important. It helps you recognize and integrate what happened and anchor it in more fully. So I'm happy to make myself available on the phone for like 20 minutes or so. Just email me. We can set up a time. So that's for those of you who don't get to share right now. Just so you know, all of you do get to share right now or later. Yeah. So maybe just a couple of us who Who has it bubbling up? Who wants to bring in the voice?
Well, I believe I got a really clear message, and I think it was for me and for everyone, really. And it was, you're beautiful, and I want you to be fulfilled. Mm-hmm. And that was pretty strong throughout the whole thing. So,
thank you
all for being here.
Mm.
I got a lot out of it. I'm always the fixer. I take care of everybody. Obviously, today I took care of me. So I'm grateful for that. But I have to say, a couple times I had to feel myself because I thought you put a beanbag across my legs and my stomach. And I thought somebody put something on me. So I appreciated this very much today. And I now understand why you said don't make any plans tonight.
There's still a lot will be happening all day long. Yeah, be gentle with yourself.
I shall.
How are you feeling now? What's happening in this moment?
Well, I could still cry. And I don't want to. This is just built up for so long. It's like I fix everybody. That's who I am. Everybody comes to me to be fixed because I'm either Aunt Linda, Lily, Alma, anything. That's my house is open to anybody that needs TLC. But in the midst, hello everybody. I forgot to give it to myself, and I've been through some huge stuff in the past. I lost a sister. I lost next thing to a husband. He was my boyfriend forever. And like I said earlier, got myself when I was like in such need of someone putting their arm around me. And he ended up just to be a big liar. So
what was it like to give it to yourself today?
Just look at me.
What's the feeling? What is this feeling? Tell us about it.
It's just very gut-wrenching, heartfelt. It's like I laid here for the time we were laying here, and it was just about me. It wasn't about anybody else.
Did that feel good?
It felt great.
Beautiful.
And I'm sure the rest of the evening will carry me into because there's more things I was thinking. But yeah, hi friends. I know this is normally not my MO. So.
Thank you for sharing that. Beautiful.
Well, for me, I got very emotional. And I just think letting go is really hard. It's a tough deal. But I guess the message, not a guess, I know the message from it for me was just take it a day at a time. It doesn't have to be, answered. I don't have to answer to myself of how I'm going to deal with this a year from now or 6 months from now or 3 months from now. It's just, and I think that's a part of worry and anxiety too. It's like you're just worried about too much. If you just take it a day at a time in little stages, it's manageable. And of course, I think the breathing is really important. You can't worry and breathe at the same time.
You got that.
And I told Carolyn, is that Carolyn here? Patty. I had mentioned that to Patty. I had read that somewhere, but I just thought of it. And I do meditation, but for some reason, this type of breathing I felt really hits it.
Yeah.
As far as you can't worry and have this type of breathing going on at the same time. So I figured out if this anxiety breathing deal starts with me, I have now this tool to work with. Not that I don't have to practice it, and not that I'm an expert on it, but you know, it's a good tool to have.
I'm glad you're bringing it in, because that's exactly what we're doing here. We're repatterning ourselves, we're rewiring ourselves. So when anxiety comes, or worry comes, or fear, the breath knows how to breathe through it, because that's when anxiety comes and it leaves within an instant. It cannot stay around, just as you said. But when your anxiety, worry comes and you stop breath in the midst of it, then you're still anxious 2 weeks later or 2 years later. So we are literally developing a new skill, how to actually move through the challenging times with the help of the breath. And that's exactly what you did.
And it also, you know, we all know that exercise really helps too when you worry and you have anxiety. The difference is sometimes you're so worried and anxious that it's paralyzing to you. So the exercise isn't as easy of a tool as if you learned this one, the breathing, because that's, you can be paralyzed and still breathe, and you can work through it, I think.
The only reason why paralysis happened because you're not breathing in that moment.
Right.
I have taught many people how to work with their anxiety and panic attacks just by learning how to stay with the breath, and certain kind of breath that allows the body to keep softening and relaxing. And then the challenge, even if it's an anxiety, it comes and goes really quickly. It doesn't linger, and it does not become paralysis. So it's an amazing, powerful tool we have underneath our own nose. So this was a really powerful first glimpse you had, and I'm so glad you brought yourself here. Because whatever the gift it is you received, I'm sure it was very valuable for you. So I highly encourage you to share it with someone, somebody in this group or somebody in your life. And definitely take me up on my offer to talk to me on the phone. The integration is important, just for you to land in it, recognize what happened, get more realizations out of it. Yeah. And I'm sure you feel we're all in the energy of it still. So let it keep working you all day long tomorrow. Usually it takes a few days to fully integrate. Sometimes people go home and something all of a sudden hits them when they're home in their own bed, or they have to sleep on it. And then they email me next morning like, oh my God, now I get it. Now I feel this incredible bliss or peace. And so it has its own timing. Really trust the process of it. And if you do want to actually learn about it more and learn how to do it on your own, how to actually master your breath, I highly encourage you to come for the weekend experience next weekend. Dan Brulé is a world master. He teaches in many countries. It's actually really rare for him to come and be right here in our own backyard. And the healings that happen in these workshops are literally miraculous.
What is it, Saturday, Sunday?
It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'll give you the flyer. There's some flexibility. If you cannot come for some portion, let me know. We might work through it. I'll just give you the flyer and that you can take it home, so we don't have to go too deep into it. I wonder if there's enough flyers. Oh, the pad with the registration list. Who had it?
It's right out there.
Could you get it for me? Yeah, so I'm not going too much into the detail, but because it's coming up, you better know it's happening. And what I am going to offer you all is a $100 discount as a gratitude for you being here and for you already saying yes to yourself in such an important way. And that $100 discount will be available until tomorrow. So you're going to email me tonight or tomorrow. Yeah, you can just send them around. And all the details are there. So basically it's $597, and with $100 discount, it's $497 for you. And you can divide that in 3 payments, so you can pay over 3 months. And if that's too much of a stretch for you, there's one partial scholarship spot available, so just email me and ask for it.
Do we have spaces tomorrow to invite them to?
Oh, good point, Leandra. Leandra just mentioned that tomorrow we have another workshop similar to this in Thousand Oaks. So if you want to have an integration opportunity, like to understand more, to like settle into what you experience today and let the body actually learn to embody it more fully, then come tomorrow, because it's a new habit. Like, how can we stay in this place? How can we live from this place? And the more you do it, the more easy it becomes, the more natural it becomes. It becomes effortless.
Yeah, I don't remember what yoga.
Bodhisattva Healing Arts Center.
The way.
Bodhisattva Healing Arts Center is tomorrow.
Where is that?
I'll email you.
Oh wait, are we in Thousand
We're
Oaks?
in, no, you're in Agora Hills.
Oh, so that was in Thousand Oaks.
I can email you all the details tonight. But just know that tomorrow it's happening at 12:30 until 3:30, and I can send you all the logistical details tonight. But often to continue the session right away with another session really helps it to land more fully and for you to recognize the nuances of what actually happened today. Yeah, and it definitely helps it to get anchored more fully so you can actually live from this place. Good. And I so want to hear all of you. I'm sorry that I can't hear all of your stories. I so would love to hear yours and yours. And so if I see you tomorrow, tell me tomorrow. Otherwise, we'll talk on the phone or email me. So we'll stay in touch. It's not ending now. We'll all stay in touch, okay? So let's just stand up for a moment to complete standing up. Yeah, it's like a new body got to learn to walk in this new vehicle, huh? Oh, yeah. I mean, it was only first time, but sometimes amazing physical healing can happen. I have had people who walk in with glasses and walk out without glasses, like things like that.
Very early on, my brain was involved and said, I know this. There was an incredible familiarity as though I've done this before somewhere else, and I couldn't place it.
Wonderful. So let's take a deep breath in. And just for a moment, tapping into this gift that you received for yourself, that is breathing in you right now, that's flowing in you now. Whatever it is for you, inner peace, or bliss, or knowing that all is well, or feeling loved, or just a little relaxation in your little toe, whatever it is for you right now. And let's send this very quality of being out into the world. May this light, may this love radiate out of this room and touch all beings everywhere. May it touch all people, all animals, all insects. May this light flow and touch all the waters, the earth, the sky, all that is. And let's fill all space and all time with our love and blessings.